Hello everyone. Welcome back to some more Elden Ring Nightreign. In this, we will be doing another solo run, and this time we'll be doing it with the Raider, who is not my favorite playstyle, because big chunky weapon, and big chunky weapon is slow, which is not normally how I prefer to play these games, but, you know, not a bad character, just not my kind of cup of tea. And here are the relics I will be using for this mission. And for this mission, we will be going up against the Fissure in the Fog, Caligo. Because, despite having a lot of scary attacks and having some big AoEs, this boss actually gives you a lot of time to hit it real hard. And that is kind of the Raider's whole deal. So hopefully that will work out in my favor. But this boss is weak to fire, so I will want to get a fire weapon. Okay, so we got a fire camp. We have 2 churches, then another church over here. So I think I'm going to do this first, after clearing out this first little camp. Maybe get a stone sword key. Maybe get a decent, like, non-fire weapon. One big advantage of big weapon is big weapon. Can you just die? Thank you. Big weapon is big weapon, which can be very effective. Again, not my speed normally. Frostbite produces a mist of frost. Well, prove damage negation at full HP. So you go here, because I'm not actually going to use you. So those are good starts. Poison, no. My plan is not to have to rely on statuses against the main boss. Not that there's any problem with doing that, because large weapons tend to have pretty good status infliction rates. It's more just... The Raider can already deal so much base damage, especially if you're targeting weak points properly, that I'm not super worried about it. Unlike some of the characters with, like, lighter weapons and faster attacks. Are any of these weapons I'm going to want to look at later? Fire? No. No. Okay, so the merchant has nothing I want other than the pouch and the Wending Grace, which I will hopefully remember to pick up later, but, you know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm not... That's how I live my life. Do I want to run through here? I think so. Because if I can get a stone sword key, which I did... so I can open up 2 Everjails, and the Raider hits pretty hard, and the ultimate attack hits in a pretty decent AoE, so even if I get a lot of enemies, I can still probably trigger it. Nope, not you. First, we hit you. Okay. Let's... Actually, I don't even know if you can frostbite these. But you can just sort of hit them until they break. Especially with Raider, even though I think this weapon is actually a slashing weapon, so it's a little less effective. Both of those suck, so I'm not going to care about them. Let's get the hints in case there's a, just in case there's a beetle near here. No, okay, we don't care about any of that. Where are we going? We're gonna head down here, which is over here. Because I'd love to get a decent fire weapon early, especially because if it's blue or, well, if it's not purple, I will then know that I need to head through a cave to get a smithing stone too. Whereas if I can just get a purple off the bat, I can just skip that. Anyway. Oh, don't be difficult. Ow. Really did. Can you? Okay. So the nice thing about these fire chariots is they're basically free XP. Or free runes. Because you can just jump on them and kill them in one hit. Where are the... There's one over there, but I'll get that one last, I think. Here you go. Hello, friend. I am here to kill you. Yeah, jumping on them can be a little finicky, I have found in my experience. But it is still better than trying to kill them normally, which takes a while, and I don't have the patience for it. There we go. And this is why we come here. I love this fire camp. What do we got? Okay, so it's narrowing down to the area I'm already in. That is fine, I guess. Fire. Fire battle hammer. Yes. Okay, and that is blue. So I am going to want to head through the cave so that I can get a smithing 2 to upgrade that. In preparation for the boss. There's definitely better weapons that I'll be using, because there are definitely better weapons to use against a lot of the other fights, but having a good fire weapon is just so good against the boss. And are you anything? Stamina, stamina, please. Okay, I don't care about you. Bolt Drake Talisman? Okay, well that's not particularly useful. I mean, it might end up useful depending on what night bosses we get, or what other bosses there are, but Caligo only deals, I would assume, physical and magic damage, since Frostbite is usually magic, but so I'm not super worried about it. Okay. Is there a township anywhere? No. Okay, that is fine. Definitely don't need a township. And we're just gonna... We're just gonna use the ultimate, because, you know, why not? Gotta use it, or it's not even worth having. No. Okay. Okay, so you were not particularly skilled. And I will pick up this smithing stone 1 as well. And I'm gonna head this way out so I can get to the lake. And I picked up that smithing 1 because I'm probably gonna upgrade this basic axe as well. For the extra damage while I'm inflicting frostbite on things, because, you know, it's extra damage. There's no downsides to it. I mean, other than the resources you have to expend to do that, but there's not, like, real downsides. I think I'm gonna get the 2... I'm gonna get this church and then go the stone sword. The Everjail. And then maybe go to the other church. Ideally, I should find another merchant before the Night 1 boss so I can upgrade both of my weapons up a little bit. In part to get them out of my inventory. To free those up. But also because then more damage. And we love more damage. More damage is best damage. Okay. And if I find a shop, I can also buy the pouch and the Wending Grace, so I don't forget it. What do we got? You. Are going to die very quickly. Really mistimed that dodge, huh? Sir, please. Just stop. Stop attempting things. Improved dodging, or I'm just gonna go runes. Improved dodging is very good, but I'm Raider. My dodges are bad, and they'll stay bad forever. And I also don't care that much because I'm going to have big health and have plenty of ways to sort of mitigate damage in other ways. This is lightning. I don't... no. I just don't think it's worth the time, if I'm being frank. Sir, I'm going to ask you to leave me alone, because if you hit me one time, I'm going to kill you. Alright. Where's going to be my best... you know what? We'll go to the shop over by the castle. That way I can see what we're looking at castle-wise. Maybe get some free runes there. I'm already level 7, so I'm probably good for night 1. And by probably, I mean I am going to be good for night 1. If I can get some more runes in the meantime, that's totally fine as well. No. Upgrade you and you. And then buy you and you. Okay. And I will save the basement boss for later. Sometimes I do that first, and it doesn't go great. Okay. So we're gonna get not Cathedral Knights. Crucible Knights, which which it's kind of a mixed bag. On one hand, they give the most runes out of any of the occupants of this area. On the other hand, they are also the most difficult to deal with. I mean, kind of. I mean, they are the most difficult, but they're still not, like, that difficult. Especially not when you have the big hits. This one has a shield. Ow. I think we bail. I think we bail because it's going to take a little too long. And if I die in that fight, I'm just going to going to be in a little bit of trouble getting those runes back before the first night. So, we're just going to bail. We're going to head for... this Grace to heal back up and then clear out those scarabs just to see... because I'd love to get a better talisman. Bonus lightning resistance is not helpful to me in any way right now. Wow, that's worse. Yeah, with all my perfume bottles I definitely have and will be thinking about using ever. Okay. What have you got? Improved frost resistance isn't terrible. Like, it's not what I wanted. But I will be going to the mountaintops on day 2. So that's, I guess, somewhat useful. Not exciting, but... okay. Don't care about you. It's probably not worth dealing with. There is a scarab over here. I can grab that on the way to the boss. And determine if it's garbage or not. I assume it will be, because... poison and rot improves attack power. So the problem is, it is unlikely with the trajectory I intend to go that I'm going to get a weapon that deals poison and rot. Poison and or rot. And the boss doesn't. So, also, is this hammer? This is a small hammer. Boy howdy, that's a chunky hit. It's very slow. Definitely not to my normal speed. Okay, that's fine. Any healing herbs? to get some HP back before the fight. Doesn't look like it. That's fine. What are we looking at? Where are you? I don't know what you are. I can guess that you're weak to fire because of the plants on you. I guess we will see. And what is my weapon art? I'm trying to remember what this means, what boss this is. It has been a while since I've seen them. Who are you? Oh, obvious. So obvious. So let's start. Okay. Let's start by getting some big chunky hits in. And actually, that flaming strike's dealing pretty good damage. I will have to remember that for the boss. Might even pick up some starlight shards at one of the merchants. And that's how you raid her. You tank what you need to tank, and you use your L2 ability when you really need to not get knocked down. Sure. Okay, so... Okay. Oh, let me level up. Level 9, okay. And there's... Yeah. We're going to take a bird over to the church just at the south of Mountaintops. And then we're going to explore the Mountaintops. And I can't see. And that is okay. Vision is not always necessary. Whee. Wonder if I'll drop off and fight the boss down there. I'm gonna grab the bird. Oh, no. I'm gonna grab the Spectral Hawk. What is it? Valiant Gargoyle? Big no thank you. You have fun with that. And I basically just get to follow this almost to its conclusion. And then drop off. Because these birds do go real quick. Oh, I do have... You know what? This is probably not worth my time. But I do have this stone sword key. And if nothing else, I can get it out of my inventory. And I am a high enough level that these fights will not take very long. Okay, that's you down. Hello. Please attack. Ow. Let's get a... The nice thing about big weapons is they stagger, which isn't something I'm always used to with my small weapons and my spells. Ma'am. Thank you. Physical attack power is probably more useful than 10k runes. Heal back up. That was a waste of time. I should have just kept going. Not the Everjail, just going back to the Grace, because I am going to get a full heal when I grab the flask shard over here, so I could have just not bothered. No, thank you. No. There might even be a scarab over here. I don't hear one. I have already forgotten. Oh, yeah. I have a marginally useful and a completely worthless one. That's right. Giant bubbles. I would actually prefer not to deal with giant bubbles. I already got one of those. Anyway, I don't really want to deal with giant bubbles. Because it's going to take me all the way back to the lake down there. And that's simply not where I want to be right now. And the reward to complete... And it's... You have to basically fight a weakened augur, who is annoying to fight without a ranged weapon, which I do not have. And the bonus just makes your flasks restore FP, which I don't care about. So we're going to evade the bubbles as best we can. And I think they should stop at some point. Who knows? It's been a while. All right, I do want to kill this dragon. Because this dragon gives a fairly decent reward, specifically for the mountaintops and actually the boss. Ow. Lame. Huh. Flame Strike's pretty good. Anyway. Because I can get attack boost dragons. And the boss is a dragon. And also, there is a big frost dragon on this mountain that I will probably be killing. Because I should have plenty of time to do so. Okay. Cool. Let me switch back to frost. Because the next fight is against a fairly fast enemy. And being able to stagger it with frost buildup is real useful. When it sort of jumps in. Which should be fairly shortly. Here you are. Hello, Swordmaster. Can you get over here? Oh, geez. Hit with big hammer. And hit with big hammer again. And it's dead. You jerks are going to stop now. No. No to you too. What do you got? Multiple periodic glint blades. We know how much I love multiple periodic glint blades. It's the best thing in the world. That's not even really a joke. They're just really, really good. I might have a dragon issue up ahead. And I'm trying to decide if I fight it here. Maybe I should have evaded the dragon. But on the other hand... Oh, you little... You little... I'm in the rain? Oh my gosh. And I assume I can't just bail, right? Okay. You little... something. Ugh. Jerk. Please don't die. Okay, we're good. Okay, so the good news is the circle still has not closed a ton, so I still have time to get back up there, but my goodness, what a thing for them to do. schlorp me all the way back over there in the rain. Jerks. Alright. Alright. The good news is bosses don't heal between fights, so at least the dragon will be, you know, nearly dead when I... Oh, hi. Nearly dead when I encounter it next. Okay, well, that's another useless talisman. Jeez. Game just really wants me to have useless talismans. There are other ways to climb up this mountain, but I think I'm just gonna go up the way... back the way I came. Because the dragon will probably show up, and then I can kill it. And get a bunch of runes, and get the bonus from the mountaintop, which is honestly not super exciting, but it is something. I actually think Mountaintop is my least favorite of the 4 Shifting Earth events. I'm a big fan of the Crater, because I love upgrading a weapon to be legendary status. All this running. All this running. Hi. All this running. Because a stupid orb got me because I was too busy fighting a dragon. Hi. Hello, hello, I'm back. I'm so sorry. No, no, no. Will not be dying here. There we go. See? I needed 2 good hits, and that was it. Okay. Devourer Scepter and... what? Damage negation at low HP is fine. Restores it. Okay. I mean, I definitely need this. I mean, I don't need it, but I'm definitely going to use it, because it's a fire element legendary weapon, so... Alright. Alright. And that dragon is worth a lot of runes, which I appreciate, especially because it took longer than it should have. Okay, I did buy the Wending Grace. I was like, did I buy that? I never remember. I simply am incapable of remembering anything that has ever happened to me. Okay, level 13. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. The question is what I do now? Because I don't have a ton of time? And I know the final tree is going to show up around here. It's like it's down here. Because with the shifting events, the Night 2 boss will always spawn in the same place. Okay, so Rains Gather. Okay, so I'm just going to kill... Oh, hey. Please be useful. You're not. Okay. How good is... honestly, that was a mistake. Because now I've killed the dogs and not the bosses. But, okay. I'll just finish off you. Okay. And I can finish off you. No. Because we love that L2 because it has a fun counterattack. Okay. Damage negation. No. No. I guess we'll go with improved frost resistance. Okay, level 14, so I should probably get to level 15. Once I complete the Night 2 boss. Now I'm just looking for, like, random enemies to get some extra runes before the fight starts. I don't know that there's gonna be any, like, near enough to actually kill them and not risk getting caught out in the storm. But, you know, hey. What's the worst that can happen? Hello. Okay. Yeah, that was like 10k extra. That'll pay for the wending grace if nothing else. And I have, yeah, I got some decent flaskage. Alright. Give me a bunch of little weak enemies. That'd be great. Okay. What do we got? What are we fighting? Magma Dragon? I think? Oh, or is this Godskin? Duo. Might be Godskin Duo? That's not necessarily ideal, but it's not the worst. Are they weak to fire? Are they weak to anything? I know they're not weak to holy. Because of the Godskin, you see. We'll just wait until you tire yourself out. Boop. Boop. Alright. And yes. Get that critical hit early. Fail to dodge the way I meant to. Misread an attack because the camera won't lock on. Then just don't dodge at all, because why would I? This is pretty bad as far as fights go. But I think it's gonna be okay. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. I used most of my heals, but I was basically fighting a 2v1. And by basically, I mean I just was. And once you kill one of these, the other is not nearly as dangerous. What the? Oh, shoot. I thought my ultimate was charged, and I tried to use it, and then I sat there, not using it. When I should have just hit. Fortunately, that was my free revive. Yeah, my free revive, so it didn't even cost anything. Yeah. Improved stamina regen is going to be more useful than my flasks being better. Because big chunky hits take big chunky stamina. And I am going to buy the Wending Grace first, then level up. I was pretty sure I had enough for both, but better to be sure. Can't really buy anything that useful, so I guess we're doing that. And it's boss time. We have a legendary fire weapon. against the boss weak to fire, and we have anti-dragon because of the dragon we fought. And we have some frost resistance, so this should be good. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. And for that, you're basically just, like, listening for the sound of cracking. To track down where the dragon is. Just heal up. And hit you in the face. Ugh. Get out of the frostbite. What are you doing? You're doing your sweepy? Okay. Let me eat this turtle. Oh, and then... Oh. Let me heal up. Stay away from the orbs, because they'll explode. And then we need to get back in there. Hello, friend. You're just going to keep interrupting me. Boop. Alright, well, that was super easy. Raider's really good against this boss, because the boss leaves itself open to attacks for just way too long. It's just comically long. And, I mean, it helps having a legendary fire weapon, but you don't actually need one for that fight. You can absolutely get away with just a purple fire weapon. In fact, it may have actually been better to use the purple because Flaming Strike is really good, but that's fine. It was not particularly difficult either way. So that is another run of Nightrun Solo, this time with the Raider. Join me next week for what will, I guess, be the finale. Because there is only one Night Fair and one Night Lord left to deal with. Alright, bye!